Dollar Bets podcast, your home to free money sports betting.
All right, here we go. NFL Wildcard Weekend, episode 3 of Dollar Bets. How's everybody doing out there? Debo, how's it going?
Going good. How about yourself?
It's been a good week. Been a fire week, I have to say. Been hitting them. Got back from Miami. Enjoyed the Irish rolling. Well, not quite rolling, but they pulled one out in a great game against Penn State. So that was great to see. And we'll talk about that shortly. So for those of you joining us the first time, this is Dollar Bets, where we turn free money from social sports books into cash withdrawals. And we're doing a year-long competition, the Battle of the Blantons, for a bottle of Blanton's bourbon between Debo and myself. So we use Sportzino, Novig, Fliff, Thrills, and Rebets. So those are the 5 free apps where they give you about $1 a day. And the bet is to cash out the most amount of money by the end of the year. And I'm happy to report that I am on the board. I cashed out when the Irish covered. And I cashed out that bet and another parlay I had with that. So I have officially withdrawn $22.45, I believe it is. So I'll put that up there. We'll have the running total of that. On top of that, my Irish money was also good for Thrills, which I had a lot of my Thrills dollars on Notre Dame and got that up to $22. And then I bet the Jayhawks this morning against Cincinnati and doubled up. So I'm at $41 in Thrills. Need $50 takeout to take a commanding lead here against Debo. But that's where we're at in the Battle of the Blantons. Debo's still looking for that first one, right, Debo?
Yeah, congrats, Matt. One step closer to the bottle of Blantons. I'll get there.
You'll get there. It's coming.
Let's start, but
hey, NBA season's coming, like the middle of it, where you start taking over. As I make my money on college football, and Debo makes his money on on NBA. We know that. NFL too. We'll talk about last week's picks. If you follow along some of those, you made some money with us. And so let's start with last week's picks, Debo. What do you have? What was your lock of the week last week?
a lock of the week pushed. Depends on it was a teaser, and one of the teams pushed. Oh wait, no. You know what? I had Vikings in there. Never mind. It was a loss. Buccaneers pushed. But yeah, Vikings was a loser. They got blown out on Sunday night. Lock of the week did not hit. How about you?
Yeah, so my lock of the week was the Lions. Remember, the Vikings-Lions a little either side of that lock, and Lions came on strong at the end, so we'll take that.
Yeah, we went up against each other, and you won that. It's probably part of the reason why you're ahead in the bottom.
Okay, let's move on to the your parlay of the week last week. Who do you have in the parlay?
Parlay, I had Notre Dame -2. That hit. I also threw in the Vikings +3. Did not hit. And what was the other one? I'm blanking on the other one, but it was a winner too. But it's a parlay. You got to cash all 3 for it to be profitable. So it was a bust. I hit 2 out of 1 on the parlay. My Vikings couldn't cover. They couldn't even make it a game. Kind of a blowout.
Yeah, my lock of the week, I started out, I thought I hit this because it was the Seahawks who were rolling. They score late. They're up by 5. They go for 2 to get the 7-point cover, and remember, dropped the pass on the 2-point conversion, and so they don't cover. So I think they're given 5, given 7, and they won by 5. So lost that one, hit Notre Dame. And then I hit Ohio State last night. So that drop pass really killed that parlay. Would have been a nice hit. So hit the lock of the week, hit 2 out of 3 on the parlay. And then player props, we both picked Derrick Henry for anytime touchdown, and that hit. We put that out on social media, saw that. I had Baker Mayfield over 25.4 yards. And then I also picked the Bears running back to get receiving yards, just to get, I think it was over 12.5, and he didn't get the ball thrown to him once, so that didn't hit. So I only went 1 for 3 on my player props. How about you on player props?
Bowers didn't get there with his receptions. Then I took Evans over 92 yards receiving. He was 4 yards short. Then I had the Henry. I think I went 1-2. 1-2.
So not a great week on the player props. Good week on the lock for me. Good semi good week for the. I mean, you got to hit the parlay you said, but we take those teams and singles. So we gave you some good bets here. Overall, you should be up money this week. But let's move on to NFL Wildcard Weekend 1, and we're going to get into our locks of the week.
Locks of the week.
All right, here we go. Locks of the week for NFL Wildcard Weekend. Debo, who is your lock of the week?
I feel like a broken record. I'm going back to a teaser. I'm doing the Bills. They're at -9 right now. Bring them to -3. 6-point teaser. And I'm going to do the Packers as well. They're at +5. Brings them to +11. I think that game's going to be a close game. It's in Philly, but two good defenses going at it. I think the Philly will probably win, but they won't win it won't be a blowout. Keep it close. And then obviously the Bills fading the rookie quarterback, Bo Nix. It's just a big stage. First time there. Just going with the Bills.
Although, I mean, he had a lot of playoff experience in college football, but
yeah, different stage.
Different stage for sure. A lot faster. All right. I like that pick. I've got the Bills coming up in a parlay, but we'll talk about that in a second. My lock of the week is the Vikings laying 2.5 against the Rams. I just think the Vikings had a pretty good season. I know the Lions, they played them pretty tight early, lost late. I don't think they're going to lose 2 in a row. I don't think the Rams are as good a team this year. I think the Vikings are easily going to cover this 2.5. That is my lock of the week. All right, let's move on. Let's move on down to our parlays of the week. Who's your parlay of the week?
Parlay of the week. All right, we're throwing the Packers in +5. We got Notre Dame. I'm taking your Irish +9.5.
Even though that's not, I mean, technically that's not this week. You still got another week on that, but we'll give you the little dispensation on that one, so you can, yeah, that's crazy points in that game, 9.5. I mean, just throw that out there. I'd even sprinkle a money line on that a little bit.
Get it in before maybe it moves.
Yeah, I think it's going to move. Probably going to end up about 7 or 6.5, somewhere around there at the end. Yeah.
So yeah, Packers +5, Notre Dame +9.5, and Tampa Bay -3.
My player props, and he didn't cover last week's.
Yeah, that wasn't a pretty game for them. Just realized I'm fading both of the rookie quarterbacks going against Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? It's a big stage, you say. It's a whole different game. Playoff speed is up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see how those picks do. All right, for my parlay of the week, I have the under in the Eagles-Packers game. I just don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring in that game. I think the Eagles are going to run the ball a little bit. I think the Packers are going to struggle a little bit against the Eagles' defense. I didn't like the way they played against the Bears in the last week of the season. So I'm taking the under in that one. Bills, I'm taking -9 over the Broncos. Fading the Broncos a little bit. Kind of what you said, Bo Nix, first time on that big stage. Hostile environment in Buffalo. That's going to be a tough. I mean, it's been a great season for the Broncos. Nobody really thought they would have won that many games. They went from a terrible team to being pretty good, but I just don't see it. I think 9 points. I think it will be close for a little bit, but second half, I see the Bills just pulling away and covering that 9. And then finally, I've got the Commanders going. This is a little bit different from you. I'm going with Daniels, the rookie quarterback, getting 3 points against Tampa Bay. I didn't like the way Baker Mayfield played. I had him in my player prop last week, and he failed me. And I don't know, I just didn't see it. I didn't think they played very well. Irving might get his yards, but I'm going with the Commanders. Kind of like that mid-season game where the Commanders were down, they came back. It was against the Eagles, that game where they came back late and won the game. It's a team I think that can do well in the playoffs, upset some people. So it might come down to those 3 points. So might be a push, might get it, but that's my parlay of the week.
Love it.
All right, time to move on to our player props for this week. Debo, I'll let you go first. Who's your player props? All right, on to player props. Debo, let's hear who you got for player props this week.
All right, player props. I'm going with Jaden Reed over 3.5 receptions. Christian Watson out. I think he sees some more of a bigger role. If we catch a couple screen passes, I mean that's a given with him, and they like to roll him out in the flats, and I just see him getting 4 receptions. I thought that was pretty low. Next one is Josh Jacobs over 16.5 carries. He has hit this in 6 straight games, other than week 18 and the 34-0 blowout. Excluding those, it's been 6 straight weeks. And I think they want to keep the ball away from Saquon and Jalen Hurts and just run the ball. So Josh Jacobs needs 17 carries, and that'll cash. And I got Bo Nix over 28.5 rushing yards. Or if you want to do longest rush, over 12.5. Either one of those I like a lot. I think going to be playing from behind, being desperate. He likes to freaking run the ball, and last week I think he had 50 yards. I just see him getting in a lot of passing situations and taking off and scrambling, and he's pretty fast. And those are my 3.
I'm kind of going with you on, you're saying they're going to keep the ball away from Barkley. I think Barkley's going to get he's going to get his 104. So I'm taking Saquon for 104.5, taking over that. I think that's going to be a slow, as I said, I took the under in that game. I think there's going to be a lot of running in that game. They're just going to feed him the rock. And I think that's going to hit. Moving on to the Buffalo game, I've got Cook for an anytime touchdown score. They've been, Josh Allen's always that threat at the goal line. You hate to see that when you've got the running back. I had Cook in my fantasy team, and Josh Allen definitely stole a few of those touchdowns there with the QB sneak. But I still see Cook there.
Cook led the league in rushing touchdowns, though, right?
Yeah, he did. He was a solid pickup. I just think he's going to get it. I think they're going to have I think there's going to be a lot of touchdowns coming for Buffalo in that game against the Broncos defense. And then finally, for the Vikings, I've got Sam Darnold, 2+ passing TDs. I think they're going to be throwing the ball a little bit, airing it out, and they got the great receiving core there. So I just see Darnold getting two passing TDs. You can parlay those together, do singles. So far, I'm doing pretty well in the player props, so hopefully we'll give you some of those bets. So we've got the wild card weekend there. We might throw a mini pod in here in the week to do a little NBA, maybe a short 10-minute NBA bet for dollar bets this week. But those are our picks this week. Debo, any final words for the folks out there?
Good luck. Follow us on all the platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. Send us your winning tickets. We love seeing the winning tickets, cash. And follow or fade, doesn't matter. This is a free picks. We're just having fun.
Free picks.
And,
tell us what you're rooting for, and start giving some trash out there to Debo or to myself, and start missing some of these. We'll send some of these picks out there. But looking for a lucky week for everyone for this last season of the NFL. We got one more college game to go. So as you know, Debo picked the Irish. I'm all in on the Irish. I know that wasn't my lock of the week because that's really next week. Throw that one. I put some money on the money line on that one too. I think the Irish are going to be good. Their defense looked amazing there in Miami.
Hell of a game.
Yeah,
you were at the game.
I mean, at the game had lower level seats.
Thanks.
It was solid. That was a lot of fun to see them in person. Penn State fans traveled well. I have to say that. It was like 60-40 Penn State fans there, I'd say. But they were nice. Usually you don't like the other team's fans, but I had respect for their fans. Good game back and forth. Not the refs blew that pass interference call on the interception in the end zone. Luckily, Notre Dame got another interception to pay it back, so it's all good. Nice to see the SEC going, too. Nice to see them out of the championship and all their overrated hype gone. But anyway, that's what we got for you this week. Have a great week, everyone, and show us your bets and keep it rolling. All right, see you soon.
All right.